I don't want to get into another relationship or situationship unless someone literally sweeps me off my feet. You're not going to make friends if you're only concerned about yourself. Oh, shouldn't have done that. Everything is going to go pear-shaped in this world. Hey guys, welcome back to Make It Make Sense. This week we are making sense of your Make It Make Senses. So I asked on my socials about what you guys wanted me to make sense of, and I got a few submissions. So we just unpacked that a little bit today. And then we also, of course, unpacked my personal life. Because why not? What a better place to air out my dirty laundry than on here. So let's get into the episode. I want to start out by saying I apologize that my voice sounds a little weird. I am a little bit sick at the moment. So if I'm sniffling or something like that, it's because I'm sick. Because Brisbane had like the craziest, like, it wasn't a dust storm. It was like really smoky outside because of the wind and the humidity and the weather in Brisbane right now. Actually, it wasn't humid. It was like dry heat. But that's caused like congestion in my sinuses. Anyway. You're not a doctor, so I'll continue. Let's catch up on my weekend. I fear that I have to start out strong by addressing the TikTok that I made. Yes, I saw my ex. And yes, he was with another girl. And no, I shouldn't be saying this, but did it make me upset? Yes, it did. But, you know, that was bound to happen sooner or later. And my roommate actually said to me, Megan, tonight you've experienced literally the worst possible scenario. And that really lit a light bulb in my head. And I actually think I handled the situation quite well. Like, I didn't make a scene, or like I wasn't too upset about it. Obviously, like, I had little tears streaming down my face because obviously it's upsetting. But I actually really controlled myself really well, and I continued to have a fun night after that. But then when my roommate said that is literally the worst thing that could happen, I was like, oh, the worst thing that could possibly happen, or the worst things that could possibly happen, are done. I don't have to deal with them anymore. They're all in the past. I can just move on. And that's actually really made me happy. And maybe if you're going through something, you can think like that, okay, I've endured such a painful thing that I've been through the worst of it. And it doesn't have to just be relationships. Could be anything. I've been through the worst of it, and it cannot get worse from here. And then it does one day and it surprises you. But if you have that mentality, you're able to like move on and be happy. So that was good. And then I had a fun night Saturday, honestly. And then Sunday I was really hungover, which I'm really starting to get sick of. It's not going to be me next week. Next week, I'm going to have a chill week. I've got work Saturday. I think I might be going to a Halloween party. I don't know. I don't have a costume yet or anything like that. But I just don't want to spend a Sunday hungover. And yeah, so I've got this Friday and Saturday's Halloween. So Friday night, I'm going, you guys know my friend James. We're all going to his house and we're dressing in like really funny costumes. Although I feel like my costume is not that funny. I was going to do the Lorax, but I just feel like everyone is doing it. So I'm doing the girl that's like, what's your name? Rachel. What do you do yourself? Nothing. I'm lazy at the moment. I'm doing that. And then I think for the Halloween party I'm going to, I really want to dress up as a Victoria's Secret angel because I feel like that would be really fun. And yeah, I want to do a funny Halloween costume, but I also want to do like a sexy hot Halloween costume. And then Sunday, I'm just going to chill. Hopefully the weather in Brisbane clears up because it's really, really sad and cloudy and rainy at the moment. And I don't like it. I like it when the sun is out. What else has been going on in my life? My twin sister moved in with me, which is so far so good besides the fact that I woke up at 7 a.m. like so sick to her going through my wardrobe trying to pick an outfit to wear to work. And like, I don't really care what she picks out of my wardrobe or what she wears, as long as it's not something that I haven't worn before. But she really couldn't find an outfit. And you know, a girl, when she can't find an outfit, like the mental breakdown that it's had is insane. And so that was a good way to start my morning. I think I might have a little crush. I don't know. which I actually feel guilty about, and I feel that's crazy that I'm even saying that, but I'm just saying everything with my chest these days, and you guys like it on the podcast, so I'm just going to keep doing it. I feel guilty about it because it's obviously not been that long, but I feel less guilty about it because I saw my ex with a girl on Saturday night who... I'm not going to say anything bad about the girl because I don't know her and I'm not that kind of person. I'm not going to tear down the women. Let's bring each other up, and if someone wants to get with my ex, go for it. Have fun. I wish you the best. Yeah, so I have a little baby crush on someone. Maybe. We'll see. I might take that out, honestly, because that's so rogue of me to be saying that. Nah, I'll keep it in. Fuck it. I don't actually really care. YOLO. I just said YOLO, so that's good. All right, today's episode, we're going to go through your Make It Make Senses, which I'm excited because so far you've just heard me yap on about my things that I want to make sense about, and now we're getting to your Make It Make Senses. So I asked my personal Instagram, the Make It Make Sense Instagram, and my TikTok, and I was just on live and I got a few last minute ones. So we're going to unpack a few of them, talk about it, go through your dilemmas, your scenarios, your situations, your topics that you want to talk about. And I honestly need to maybe start a website or something, I don't know, but my DMs on my Make It Make Sense Instagram are always open for you to send your Make It Make Senses into. And then I can do these little episodes every couple of weeks where we unpack your situations, and then I'll get a guest on and we can unpack them with the guest. Some of you said that you wanted James on the podcast. I feel like that would be really funny, so I'll talk to him, get him on, and yeah. Let's get into the Make It Make Senses on Make It Make Sense. Also, I need to come up with a name for you guys. I was trying to chat GPT it the other day, and it came up with the Megalodons, or the Megatrons, or the Make It Make Senses. And I was like, I hate all of those. So we need to find a little name. First, Make It Make Sense. Make it make sense, men in Oz doing the bare minimum. And I've heard a lot of people talk about this. So it can't just be it's an actual thing. So I think the men in Europe and America and the UK and stuff, if they want someone or if they're interested in someone, they'll really go after it, and they're not afraid to go up to a girl, buy her a drink, flirt with someone, ask them if they're single. For some reason, men in Australia, I don't know if they're trying to act nonchalant or they just don't give a fuck, or they're nervous or anxious or something. They just don't go after it. For example, a boy will like my Instagram story and they'll never DM me. And I'm like, do you want to talk, or are you just going to be liking my Instagram story? Even when you go out, not that I'm condoning getting drinks off men, because you've got to be really careful and really safe about that. I have barely been out in Brisbane or in Australia and a guy's come up to me and said, hey, can I buy you a drink? Very rare. But I feel like, boys, if you're listening, just do that, because then even if you're not looking for something serious, it shows that you actually care and are interested in someone. Because I feel like in Australia, we're constantly battling this thing of are they into me? Are they not? Men in Australia are just a whole nother. I have no words. Ladies, if you're not from Australia, don't come to Australia to find a man. It's not going to happen. Then you go to you go to all these places and you have all these chivalrous, gentlemanly men, and chivalry isn't dead. And then in Australia, it's just ugh. For me, I don't want to get into another relationship or situationship unless someone literally sweeps me off my feet. Not interested. And I fear that is just not going to happen in Australia with the caliber of men that we're dealing with. And I don't want to be a man hater. I really don't, because I have so many guy friends that I love, and I'm not like that at all. But come on, Australian Australian men just do better. Someone said, make it make sense. The ex has been spotted on Hinge. What an asshole. And I don't know if they're talking about that person's ex or my ex. I honestly have no idea what they're saying. Is it bad to say that I'm also on Hinge and it's been like, what, a month and a bit? You can't blame a girl for wanting to play a little game of hot or not and have a little fun. And also, you don't need to be on a dating app looking for like long term. I think in 2025, not that I want to promote, what's the word, like casual dating, I guess is what you would call it, but it's okay to be on a dating app just to like see what's out there and then have a little harmless flirt with people and just have a little bit of fun. Also, I think people need to realize that going on these dating apps is like, yeah, it's good because I know so many success stories and love stories that come off these dating apps, but sometimes it's honestly just depressing. Like for me and my Hinge, I look at all the people that are liking me and I'm like, oh. And I spoke about this before, I'm like, oh. It's just a little bit like, you're not my type at all. It's just deflating. And not that I want to take away from those people because you've got to, you know, go after what you want and try it. But I'm just like, sorry, you don't have a chance with me. That sounded so stuck up and egotistical, but it's okay to have standards. Make it make sense trying to make friends in your 20s. I think this is hard because if you really think about it, like it's the first time in your life where friends aren't just like presented to you on a silver platter. Like for example, when you're at school, you know, you're stuck in this situation with people, you just become friends naturally because you're in that environment. Whereas if you're in your 20s, like everyone has different, like you might be the only 20-year-old that works in your office. So you can't even like really make friends with people that you work with. Or you might be introverted. Or, you know, my advice for you would be to lean into like hobbies that you have. For example, I've just made friends with like James and Eden and Abby, and if you know my law, you know those people, and we kind of have a lot in common because some of us do social media and we have that interest, and then we all have fun together, and that's kind of how I made those friends, but I actually made them through a mutual friend. I think also if you meet someone through a mutual friend or you meet someone on a night out, like literally just platonically, not romantically, do not be afraid to DM that person and go, hey, let's hang out, or like, let's catch up and do this. And it's almost even better because there's no pressure on it because it is just platonic. So if you have fun with that person, like, yeah, you can continue to hang out with them, continue to have fun. And if you don't vibe with them or you don't like match each other's levels or agree with certain morals and something, you don't have to. I also think like dating in 2025, don't be afraid to reach out to people on social media that you want to be friends with. That is so fun. I've had so many girls DM me from me posting about my breakup and all that, just saying, hey, like, do you want to catch up and stuff? And I think that's really cool because I think it's just, you know, you're shooting your shot, especially if you're moving to a new city or you're just trying to make new friends or whatever. I also think joining social netball teams, social touch teams, going to run clubs, talk to the people that you work with. Even if they're not your age, you can still develop some kind of friendship from that. And you need to remember that people are going to get the energy off of you, what you give to them. So if you meet someone and you're completely closed off and you don't like ask them questions, you don't take an interest in what they're talking about, they're not going to be interested in hanging out with you. So you need to be completely open and not judgmental when it comes to platonic relationships. Don't be afraid to reach out to people. Don't be afraid to join different social things. There's so many events, like maybe not if you live in a small town, but I feel like Brisbane even is like a small town or small city, I should say. It feels like. But there's always so many events on in Brisbane. And if you even live in a bigger city, that's even better. Go to those events. Go to that trivia night. Do whatever. Also, I want to host a hot girl trivia. Let me know if you'd be interested. I feel like that would be so much fun, where it's all about like pop culture, maybe some trivia things. And we do like fun trivia, drinks, food. Let me know if you'd be keen. yeah, don't be afraid to do those things. Reach out to people on social media. That is how you're going to make new friends. And lean into your mutuals. Like if you know someone and they ask you to do something, hang out with them because you don't know who you're going to meet from that. I love meeting new people because I love people learning my lore and I love learning other people's lore as well. It's so interesting. And I think you also need to make sure you rewire your brain to be someone that does take interest in other people's lives, because you're not going to make friends if you're only concerned about yourself. Yes, you can prioritize yourself. That's a whole nother thing. Taking interest in other people's lives and having empathy for what people are going through and sympathy and being able to be there for other people is a really important quality if you want to make new friends and keep friends. Anyway, next one. Make it make sense. People shitting on their hometown. Honestly, I do that all the time. Do you see me moving anywhere? No. Although I'm open to it, but only if like a really good job came along or someone swept me off my feet. That's the only way that I would move. Of course, people are going to shit on their hometown. It's just the way it works. Because obviously, especially if you're from there, like you know all the bad parts and you know all the good parts. Make it make sense. Crush on a coworker / friends. Ooh, I think it's this whole like rose-colored glasses thing where it's like you kind of want what you can't have. So I'm going to give you an example. My friend Bianca and actually my sister and a lot of other people I know have worked as dancers on cruise ships, and there's this thing called cruise ship goggles, because they're like stuck on a boat with each other for like 9 months and they only see each other. They all end up kind of like getting with each other. And I really think it's just because you're in a close proximity with that person, and then it's like, oh, this is like a relationship that we probably shouldn't have, but that's what people like about it. And I think especially with friends, I think a lot of the time when people get with friends, it's because like, oh, this is naughty, this is not right, because this is meant to be platonic. They get with the friend and then they go, oh, shouldn't have done that. I'm always against getting with coworkers, friends. I just think don't shit where you eat. And I think if you don't get with coworkers or friends, it just relieves a lot of stress from you and like the possibility of things going wrong. Because I think if you were to actually get with a coworker or a friend, things can blow up extremely, and it's not good for the adrenals. It's not good for your anxiousness. And what's the point of like blowing things up for no reason when there's literally so many other people out there and you're only crushing on them because it's like a game of I can't have that, so I want it. And it's so accessible to me, but I have to like fight it. But I think if you're thinking about doing that, please reconsider. Don't do it. Especially the friends thing. The co-worker thing you can kind of get through because you have to go to work anyway. You can kind of, you're forced to get past that. But the friend thing like really messes things up because people will stop inviting you, stop inviting the other person if things go pear-shaped. Which they will. Everything is going to go pear-shaped in this world. Make it make sense. I'm trying to enjoy my 20s, but I feel like I'm running out of time. When I was in my relationship, I felt that a lot. But now that I'm single and I'm prioritizing myself, I don't actually think about that much. Like I'm 24, so I'm pretty much nearing like my mid-20s, or I guess I am in my mid-20s, but I don't say that. I like to say I'm in my early 20s. You need to just take every day as if it's your last day, and you need to not procrastinate. You need to get things done, achieve your dreams. Don't just sit around scrolling on TikTok all day. Don't waste your time on someone that clearly isn't interested in you. Don't waste your time on friends that don't have time for you and support for you. That's how you're going to waste your 20s. How you're not going to waste your 20s is by prioritizing yourself and surrounding yourself with good people every single day. And if you have a dream that's like, I want to go to Japan, save up your money and go. Everything that you want to achieve in life is possible. Like if you look up to someone, right? Like for example, if you look up to, let's just say Dua Lipa. If you look up to Dua Lipa, she's actually even shown you that it's possible. She's doing it. So why can't you? I like to adopt that mindset all the time when I see people living the dream or like living things that I want to do. I'm like, okay, well, they are doing that, so there's no reason why I can't be. The only thing that's holding you back is yourself. And the fear of embarrassment is what will make you waste your time. And the fear of constantly thinking about that you're wasting your life is going to waste your 20s. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Next one. Make it make sense. Girl, the October theory. Also, I've been loving your TikToks and they've been really helping me get through my breakup. Thank you very much. I had actually a lot of girls come up to me on Saturday night and say, I'm going through a breakup right now and I love your content. And I really like that. So thank you, ladies, for that. And men. Not that any men came up to me, but actually, you know what? While we're on that topic, I don't understand when you break up with someone why their friend group, if you see them out, has to be rude to you. Or not rude, but like give you the side eye. Like, hang on. I wasn't in a relationship with you. You don't know what's happened. You have no idea. And you probably, if you know the story, you probably know the polished version of the story. So don't like not be nice to me when I see you, because I'm going to be nice to you because you haven't done anything to me. I haven't done anything to you. I wasn't in a relationship with you. Anyway, that just happened on the weekend and I just thought, like I've known these people for 4 years and just because your friend and I have broken up doesn't mean you have to act weird around me. Like, hello? Again, we weren't in a relationship together. Me and that person were, not you and I. So can you just be normal? Anyway, what was I saying? October theory. Yeah, honestly, I've seen so much about this on TikTok. I don't really know what it is. I think the October theory is like when everyone is getting broken up with or cheated on in the month of October. I think it's because it's before the festive season. So if you are going to break up with someone, it's like the perfect time to, because you're doing it before you have all your family gatherings for Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, whatever. Thanksgiving? I'm from Australia. We don't have Thanksgiving. And the girls are really going through it in October, and just know I'm here for you. This is a really funny one because I actually made a TikTok about it, but make it make sense. Why do you have to apply for Open's license? So I basically made a TikTok saying I just took my green peas off after like when I thought it had been enough time. Like I don't even know if it had been 2 years. And keep in mind, I've been off my green peas for 4 years now because I'm 24. I think I got off them when I was 20 or maybe 21, not sure. But people were telling me in my comments that you have to apply for your Open's license. I'm like, hang on, I've never done that. I need to look that up after this episode because I think the laws in Queensland are different. I'm pretty sure it just like automatically rolls over. But I'm scared. And if you're from the Transport Department, please don't take my license away from me. That'll make me really sad. But I promise you I'm going to look it up after this. Honestly, like with the whole like, I don't even know how to log into my MyGov account. So that just tells you where I am with that. All right, I'll do one more. I guess this episode will be kind of short, but I'm growing this series and I want you guys to be sending in your Make It Make Senses for me. Make it make sense. Everyone has dated everyone in Brisbane. I feel like even when I talk to people from Sydney or Melbourne, everyone feels like this. Like, again, it's just going off the fact that really like, and if you're social, everyone knows everyone. Everyone even has like a mutual, you know. Even I was talking to my friend about this guy the other day and she goes, no way, I used to talk to him. I was like, no, he's not even from Brisbane. How? But it's fine. Like, I'm not going to let that hinder anything. But I think that's why I don't get with friend groups, work colleagues, anyone that any of my friends have gotten with. I just, like, stay clear of that because it's actually incest out here. I feel like the only place you would feel that doesn't happen is, like, huge places like New York, London, like Paris. All those, like, really big places are probably the only places that you'll go to and you go on a date and that person doesn't know someone else that you know. Guys, it's really scary out here. Those were all the Make It Make Senses that people sent in, but I want to encourage you guys to send in some more so I can do these episodes more and we can get into all the juicy tea and everything. But that's all I have for you this week. Thanks so much. I love you guys. Thanks for supporting the podcast. Follow me on everything and have a fabulous rest of your week and weekend. Mwah.